Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. How is everybody? Well, I got something. I have been up all night, had great conversations, but I am so tired because I've been up with Digital Intel, who is still on right now, and I fell asleep just in time to open this up. Let's see if I can get to... I might ask him to come on over here, him and Belinda Brubaker. Holy cow, I'm tired. Hi, Affected Indeed. Hi, Korrie Jade. Hi, QP. I'm okay. Oh gosh, I'm so tired though. I've been up all night. And I fell asleep for about 45 minutes. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. I'm a mother. I haven't heard from my sons yet, but yet it's like 5:30 in the morning, so don't expect them to give me a ring this morning, this early. So what you guys got on tap for today? Anything? Hi, Wake Up. How are you doing? I know you were there for part of the stream last night with me and Digital Intel and Nobleness, and I fell asleep for like just the last 45 minutes and barely got up in time just now for my stream. Yeah, I need some coffee for sure. And get some water. Holy cow, I'm tired. And I'm going to be expected to get up and go to church in a few minutes. And that's going to really... I mean, not that I have anything against it, but I mean, I just was seriously all night awake. Holy cow. I am going to see if maybe Digital will come over and Belinda and see if they want to come and give a recap of our evening. They're still at it, I think. Oh boy. So what have you guys been doing this weekend? Any new Mandela effects? Oh, we had a weird one happen last night, we think, on the new Bible verse. We think we had one like in progress. Very crazy. Oh, he just got off. He probably is already asleep because let's see, I'm going to see. Oh wait, maybe he is still on. Oh, that's probably my old one. Hi, Tharian. Good to see you this morning. How are you? What have you guys been doing this weekend? Anything? I've had family in. We've had some fun. I met a new little puppy, which was really cute. It's a little corgi. My niece is dog, and she'll be 7 here in a few weeks. So they just took it out to go to the bathroom just now. But both my sisters are in town. We had good food last night, good fun. Went to see my grandma yesterday. Probably going to go to church here, and I guess it didn't start for, over 4 hours, thank goodness, because I'm wiped out. I'm so tired. But Hopefully you guys have been still able to hear me. Looked like I was off there for a little bit. But I had some fascinating discussions with Digital and Nobleness, and Scarab was on there, and oh man, we were up late though, and I'm wiped. Too tired to write it all out. Well, yeah, especially when you do it on your mobile. See, like for me, I normally am on my laptop, so it's easier for me to type on my laptop. I think people on their mobiles need to get like little miniature laptops so that they could. Oh, you sent me a message on Facebook? Okay, I didn't see it. I haven't been on Facebook for a while, so I'll look at it later after this. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. But we had a huge, long. I mean, just a big discussion about, oh man, everything. You know, whether we're on one Earth and it's changing or parallel Earths. That was one of the questions I brought up to people. And then also, shoot, I can't even remember all the topics we discussed. I should have written it down, but you guys can go see it. Yeah, I'll look at it right after this, Korrie, or maybe during, depending on stuff. But it's good to see everybody this morning, and you know, even on like holiday weekends and stuff, sometimes like it's nice to get together with somebody, especially like if you're, you know, if you don't have family or you're not near family, or maybe you're not close to family anymore or whatever. So oh goodness sakes, I stayed up way too late though. I mean, I seriously have only slept for like 45 minutes. And I kept hearing this beep, beep, and I'm like, what is that? Well, it was them talking, but I'd fallen asleep and my earphones had fallen out. Oh man. Yeah, 2 months earlier in the UK, huh? Hi, JW. How are you? Yeah, I'm a mother, and it's a Mother's Day. How my kids get a hold of me? It's funny because I have a really great relationship with my kids, but it's like I don't even care if they get a hold. I mean, I do care if they don't get a hold of me, but I mean, if they didn't, it wouldn't be like I'd be freaked out that they didn't love me or anything. So, but whatever. Um, I actually took care of that one, moderators. Hi, man. Good morning. I hope you do something special for your lovely wife today. Looks like how many kids do you have, E-Man? Oh, E-Man, I was up all night with Digital Intel, uh, Nobleness, Scarab, Belinda Brubaker. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But we had a great time. You guys should check out that conversation. It seriously was legit. It was a serious legit. 2 boys, look like. What are their ages, E-Man? Mine are grown. Mine are going to be almost 25 and 23. Shoot, I should be being a grandma soon, but probably won't be for another 10 years, I'm sure. You got in, I must have been asleep. Well, I didn't start until 5:30. 16 and 9. Yeah, I'm basically asleep right now, even though I'm talking. Oh, shoot, I had something I was going to say. What was it? I mean, you would have gotten a lot more intelligent conversation from me if you would have listened to that one than this one, but somehow I woke up. I don't know why. No freak, no free hugs up in here. What? Oh, goodness. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I hope to have one. And I don't know. I really like Sundays. Now, in typical, I'm thinking of changing my time though to this week. I didn't want to, but next week maybe to let's see, it would be like noon Eastern, I guess. I know. I'm so sorry. Isn't that horrible? I swear to God, I've been up all night though, and I barely got 45 minutes of sleep, and I'm trying to. Yeah, you're gonna go to church. Good. You look like you have a really beautiful family. Amen. You should consider yourself very blessed by God, and I know you do. That's wonderful, though. It really is. Now, how's it going with like the whole Mandela stuff with your church? Because I know that your pastor said you could talk about, he didn't mind you talking about it with people in the church. How's that going? We should, and I know you, let's see. JW, that means I won't ever get to see you live. Oh, well. What? I still plan on coming to your restaurant someday. What are you talking about? Let's see. Okay, now I'm trying to, I don't know what my Facebook is just, why is that still up? It has a, Lone Eagle's been going live on Facebook. That's kind of cool. I don't really anticipate me going live on Facebook though anytime soon. Okay, so now, what is this? Oh, I must have started this stream over again. Didn't mean to. This is the one from last night. I'm going to put it in the chat though, because it was a very interesting, some of it was boring because it was really long. Let's see, how long was this thing? Oh, never mind. It only shows 2 hours because it just, it always does that when you're, it sounds cute when I'm yawning. If I change my time, okay. Well, it's not going to be every day. It would just be on Sundays and the only reason I would want to change it to that on Sundays would be because nobody's in the house at that time. So, but anyway, well, hi there, Raleigh. How are you? I sound like a little lion. Oh gosh, it was so cute. This little corgi that my little niece has that's here right now. For one thing, well, they put it outside and put a pin around it. And there's like 20 cats out here, and they're all outside cats. But anyway, flying to Paris for breakfast. I want to go. I don't have my passport expired a couple months ago. I'm not lying. That's not a joke. I always said I'd never let my passport expire again, but I just couldn't afford it. I mean, I needed to, have some other stuff that's a little more pressing than that. So I don't know, but I don't think it's that hard to get it renewed if you haven't had it, you know, expired for all that long, 6 months or something. But I don't know if I've told you guys about Egypt. I don't know if I told you that I've been to Argentina as well. And I loved it a lot. I mean, I thought it was really cool. I went to Guazú Falls. Um, Hi, Aaron. Good morning. How are you? And, it was funny because I was reminded yesterday, my brother-in-law, he's like, that we were talking about, other people in the family were talking about Niagara, and he's like, what we saw in Iguazu was was nicer than Niagara, even though Niagara's awesome. I'm like, well, okay, good. I can cross that off my list because I have so many other things I want to see. So, a croissant. Oh my gosh. Oh, hungry. That sounds good. I wish I could have that. How expensive is a passport? I think it's around 120. I don't know what it would have cost me to get it renewed. Probably maybe a little less. I think it's around 120. You just have to get your passport pictures, and then of course you have to do a whole bunch of rigmarole with your birth certificate and social security number and all that, which I've already done I've had two different passports. But, you know, I've only used it one time on each, which kind of stinks, but at least, I've done more than nothing with it. So, guess that's good. Hi, meditation man. Good morning. But I hope you guys, I don't know if you got notifications or if you just saw that I was going to come on late or whatever, but I just, hope that's helpful to know that I'm trying to come on air. Probably should have canceled this morning. I mean, I'm lucky I woke up. I couldn't believe I did because I'd been up all night. But it was a really good conversation we had last night. There's a lot of deep subjects we talked about, and it's really cool when you can get together with digital intel, and he's from Australia, Corey. I don't know if you know him. Do you know digital intel, Corey? Um. Oh, you did get a notification. Good, cool. Because I didn't know how that worked because I've been trying to see it. Did I see Unamundi's? Yes. That is freaky. That is so freaky. I mean, what in the heck is a Mount Rushmore doing there? Weirdness. Raleigh says, so I just uploaded my work for the night, so I guess better sleep. This old French Concorde airliner is on here is unauthorized airspace. What? You're not on a Concorde. Are you? I never know if you're joking or serious, Raleigh. Man, Unamundi finds the most fascinating stuff, doesn't he? He must just study and study and study all the time. Oh, you've seen him around in chat? I didn't know how close you might be in physical, like where he was or whatever, but it's funny, we talked about the capital of New Zealand and Australia last night was one of and then Brazil. Talked about a lot of different stuff. Because see, for me, and I know the capital is Canberra, but the cap. See, like for most people, it was always Sydney. Well, for me, it was Melbourne. And then the same thing with Brazil. Well, I mean, I think I've thought Sydney a couple times, but it was Melbourne, I know. But anyway, and then for Brazil, I've always said that it wasn't like most people think instead of Brasilia, which I had never heard of Brasilia until 2 years ago. That I'm sure, 1000%. But for me, the capital was never Rio of Brazil. It was Sao Paulo. In fact, that's a good question that I need to ask Unamundi, because he's from Brazil. Good morning, huh? How are you? But that, country capitals are weird because it's just like we're all coming from these different memories, And then even US state capitals, I have different memories than a lot of people on, like, not every state, of course, but like about 5 or 6 states. But I'm still a 50 stater. A lot of people are 52, but I'm still a 50 stater. Bye, E-Man. Have a good morning. Give your wife a kiss. Because it's Mother's Day. Let's see. Channel, Raleigh, you've got a new channel again? Or is X heliocentric? Yeah, I was up all night too, huh? I was on Digital Intel's channel with, oh gosh, a whole bunch of guests. I don't even want to go into it. I already said a few of them, but it was pretty fun. I want to start having like regular callers on here. I probably would have done that today if it wouldn't have been Mother's Day. And also I was going to ask Digital if he wanted to come on here, but he had already quit streaming it, and I know that everybody been up all night, so I didn't think he'd want to come here and talk some more. Hi, Evie Noel. How are you? So, Evie, you're a mom, right? Or wait, never mind. You celebrated Mother's Day a couple months ago. I forgot about that. Hi, Meditation Man. Hi, Pylon. Wow. We've got a good group here this morning. So, tell me what, other than like the new Mount Rushmore, which was crazy, what else is new? You are flying to Paris? Oh my goodness. You lead an awesome life, Raleigh. And I think he said he was going on the Concorde. Whew. Holy schmoly. I guess, you're not open on Sundays, are you, JW? That's good. That's kind of nice to have a restaurant that's open during the week and you get the weekends off. Bye, Therian. Have a great day. Well, I can tell you that, there's nothing better than being a mom if, it's not cut out for everybody, but for me, it's something that I always wanted to do, for sure. And, I've had, my mom and my 2 grandmothers were great role models. And actually, I thought of this story that I wanted to tell you last night about one of my grandmas. She was just the sweetest, most loving grandma. And even if you did something wrong, or something bad, she's just, and she's the one that's still alive. But anyway, like I remember this one time, I think I cheated, like the gain concentration or whatever. And my aunt saw me and she's like, well, I want you to tell your grandma that you cheated, because and so I said I would. But anyway, we went through the woods and down in the stream, and, we were gone for like an hour and 15 minutes or more, And finally, as we got to the house, I knew that my aunt had expected me to tell my grandma that I had cheated at that game. And I just was torn up about it, just torn up about it. And I said, Grandma, I cheated. And she said, I know you did, and I still love you. So she'd known the whole time, that I'd cheated. And, what's funny is I kind of think of that story as how God loves us. He's known everything that we've done, everything that we've done wrong. He's known all along, and all he wants us to do is say, this is what I've done wrong. And sorry, you guys. My internet went out. Once again, as usual. What was the last thing you heard me say? I have a feeling I know what it was, because it always cuts out on something important like that. Let's see. Evie says, have you seen the quote, methinks the lady doth protest too much? What? Well, I know that quote, but what exactly has changed with it? What was the last thing you guys heard me say? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not from Hamlet. That's from Macbeth, because it's talking about Lady Macbeth and that. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I was just saying how it's when I confess that to my grandma, I feel like that's how God, um, you know, he views us, is that like my grandma knew I cheated, and she still loved me all along. She was just waiting for me to say it, and I feel like that's how God, you know, feels about us too. And he knows what everything that we've done, that he's still going to be there for us and love us no matter what we've done, you know. And but anyway, uh Oh, it is now. The lady doth protest too much, methinks, instead of methinks first. Aaron says he remembers it as methinketh never heard. Oh, are you just joking? Yeah, it's Macbeth. I know that line. I know Shakespeare fairly well. I had a really good English teacher that I'm still on somewhat good terms with today, actually. Kind of funny. Sometimes he listens in, I think. So, hello, Mr. You know who you are if you're listening. He probably isn't. But let's see. But yeah, and then also I wanted to talk about what I was talking about. I was talking about that, how God, He knows what we've done and He just wants us to say it and He still loves us. And then also what I wanted to talk about too was that, American Thanksgiving was the third Thursday when I was a kid, and now it's the fourth Thursday in November. You like the way old time people talked. Very cool. Well, yeah, I've got a lot of older relatives that mean a lot to me for sure. But so who has stuff planned for today? Anybody? I know it's not Mother's Day for everybody in the world, but what if you do have something planned, let us know. But wait, it says methinks afterwards, though. It is now the lady doth protest too much, methinks. That's weird. That didn't even sound right. Thou protest too much in my in my timeline. That's funny, huh? It's Groundhog. Yeah, that's Groundhog Day every day, isn't it? I love that movie. Every time I see it on TV or something like that, I mean, I have practically every line memorized in that movie. I love it so much. Yeah, evening for you, huh, Korrie? Even the SS Minnow has changed. It's now what? They're putting. I thought. Well, what does SS stand for? Something ship, right? See, everything's backwards and upside down. But you know what, though? The Bible says that that's what our adversary Satan does. Puts everything upside down and backwards. So, hello, truth and light. You're in Australia as well, right? Oh, that's wonderful, Korrie. Great grandma and her 4 generations. Yep, that'd be awesome. Minnow. So it's like my now instead of minnow. Oh, that's just not even right at all. Oh, you didn't get a chance to interview her. That's too bad. So are you talking about Gilligan's Island? SS Minnow? That's what I'm assuming you're meaning. Let's see. I'm going to enter it on my other. I should put it in. It still says 2 N's on Wikipedia. I didn't put it in there, but yeah, Gilligan's Island was always my favorite. Now, when people would ask, well, would you want to be Ginger or Marianne? I always said, I wouldn't want to be either one. I'd want to be the female, a female version of the professor. That was always my answer. I'm a geek, though. But he's a boy, so he doesn't count. Yeah, well, it does count, but yeah, it's neater if it's all males or all females, I think. You think it'll flip flop? See, I never saw it. I mean, just right now it said MINNOW. I never did see it as MI. Oh, did you guys see my post about Madonna? Now, how was she born to you? Was she born Madonna or was she born Marie? Because, like, for me, that was a flip flop. That was my sixth flip flop, was Madonna. So are you guys saying that Minnow was MINO and it just flipped to MI back to MINNOW? I didn't see it, so I can't count that one. You remember? Yeah, well, it's Madonna now. But see, for me, she was originally born Madonna, then it went to Marie, and then now it's Madonna again. No, see, in my timeline, she said she always maintained that her given name at birth was Madonna. That was for me. I mean, for you guys, it might be something different, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, for me, it's a definite flip flop. Her name was Madonna, then it went to Marie, and now Madonna again. Been a lesson in for a few days, but now it's back. Yeah, that's too bad I didn't see it because I can't count that as a flip flop now because I didn't see it myself. I would have to have seen it on. So everybody's saying that though. How come you guys didn't tell me about it? It's weird because when when there's changes and stuff, like you end up seeing like videos that see like there was one of Korrie's talking about stuff that never popped up in my notifications or anything. And then you also see like new YouTubers that you hadn't seen previously and stuff like that. Minto? But Minto is different than Minnow. I always thought she chose Madonna to be rebellious to religious upbringing. No, I mean, from my timeline, and I understand what you're saying. If yours is different, that's fine. But from my timeline, no. Her given name was Madonna, and then it changed to Marie or whatever it was. It seemed like I thought she had like four names. Um, but anyway, I mean, four like Marie something something something, and then Jaconi. But anyway, but and now it's back to Madonna again. But regardless, if you didn't see that, even if you didn't think it was a flip flop, it's still going to be a flip for you. Put the tea back in Minto. Oh, I know, meditation man. I agree with you. It says what seems interesting is half of us seem happy as heck for a few days, and then the other half is, yeah, because well, I was depressed for more than just a few days, probably a week. It's pretty bad. It's really, really bad. Now I'm not so bad, but it really sucked for a few days for me, honestly. It really did. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, we all come from different timelines. I know there's other people that that know that she, or, you know, think of it as a flip-flop as well. Let's see, in my reality, Madonna was purely a stage name. Yep. Well, for me, it was different than that. But, you know. Yeah, JW, I agree. You have to love each other through the hard times for sure. A squad, B squad. Maybe, you know, and I'm thinking too, maybe it's like a different version of ourselves as well, perhaps, you know. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe there's, of course, I know, I can't really say that because I just know how I am myself, you know, how I'm, you know, happy for a few days and then miserable for a few days. But I count that up to more than just, you know, and I do have a diagnosis as bipolar, but I count it as actually, because I never had this diagnosis until about, you know, I never was really, well, I can't really say that because even though I didn't have the diagnosis, I can see evidence of where I had it even as a kid. But I blame it all on the Mandela effect, honestly, because I saw changes my whole darn life. Saw my changes my whole darn life. So, okay, let's see. Wake Up News says I find it hard to accept we come from another Earth or timeline. For me, our perception of reality has changed. I want to discuss that here in a minute. Okay, and then Craig says in George Orwell's book, 1984, government tells the people who they are at war with, and it could change week by week. East Asia or Eurasia. Yeah, I've read 1984, but you know when I read 1984, which is kind of cool, I read it in 1984. I was a sophomore in high school, and my English teacher made us read the book 1984. However, because I read it so long ago, I don't remember all the details of it at all. I mean, I can't say what's changed in it, honestly. I mean, I know the basics of the book, you know, because I did read it, and I thought it was a really good book, but I don't remember like all the details of it at all. And then going back to Wake Up News, you know, we touched on this a little bit yesterday about how, you know, because I asked Nobleness, he was a panelist on Digital Intel last night, you know, and we touched on this a little bit yesterday about how, like, do you believe that it's just one world and, you know, everything's quantum changing, or, you know, are we shifting through parallel worlds? And, you know, I asked Noble to, you know, because he kind of went with the idea that it was one world, quantumly changing. And I said, well, you know, if that's true, how can we reconcile people like Billy Graham? You know, for me, he's died 3 times, you know, or Nelson Mandela's died twice, or, you know, there's quite a few other people that have died twice for me, you know, well, or had died and are alive now. For instance, Dick Van Dyke and Kirk Douglas, you know, they died in my timeline and they're alive now. So how do you reconcile that if, you know, but then again, there's resurrections in the Bible, you know, so, or you could say cloning, you know, that is a possibility. So, what's the song that's going to be in your head? Oh, the song that doesn't end. I know every time somebody mentions that song, I keep thinking about it too. I was told we were in the Sagittarius arm, but I think it was a lie. Well, and really, are we even in a galaxy to begin with? To be honest with you, you know. See, that's why I don't really care about the whole flat Earth globe debate at all. I mean, because I don't really believe in either one, to be honest with you, you know. Yeah, me too, Evie. I thought Richard Chamberlain died of AIDS, stuff like that. I mean, people have died of, and Shirley Temple died when she was a little kid, And every time these people pop up, I'm like, what? It's very bizarre, and it's just so disconcerting, because I remember that. I'm like, what are you talking about? That person died. And they're like, no. And I'm like, I did that. This was before the Mandela effect. And I'm like, what the heck? It's just, it's weird, because it's almost like it's meant to make you crazy, 90% of the people today get their information from the internet. Well, yeah, I know, because, well, I think the brain can only handle so much information. And so once it goes into overload, it's just like people just stop storing stuff. And that's why I think we can see stuff from the Mandela effect, because for some reason we have like a bigger hard drive in our brains. We have a bigger hard drive in our brains than most people. Yeah, that's what I mean. Shirley Temple for you was a politician when you were young. But for me, because I'm older, for me, she died when she was like 10. But then, but then popped up to be a politician later on. So, I mean, it's craziness. I don't know who Holly Johnson is. See, that's the bad part about, like, the differences. I mean, it's great that we speak the same language as far as UK and Australia and everything, but we all have different, like, histories and celebrities and stuff that we know of that, I just can't, I don't have a reference for it all. Are you serious, Craig? Shirley Temple came over to your home to play bridge with your mom and friends in Saudi Arabia. Well, yeah, I know she was a UN ambassador here. I know she was. But for me, in my original timeline, she died when she was a little kid. So, I mean, it's weird. I mean, I have no doubt that that was true for you, but for me, she died when she was 10, or, somewhere around there. I mean, all this stuff is just bonkers. You were 10 years old and it was 1970. She showed up in a dark limo and asked where your house was. That is cool. You were in Saudi Arabia. You grew up part of your childhood in Saudi Arabia. That would be very interesting. Now, I can say when I went to the Middle East, I loved the food there for sure. I mean, I really think that I could have lived in the Middle East as well. Hi, Jectrix. I remember the title of it. I never saw it, and I know Burt Reynolds was in it, and wasn't Dolly Parton in it? Well, it's a fact for you, Craig. It's just like Billy Graham dying 3 times. I mean, people have different realities. Yeah, you saw her. I mean, you were lucky enough to physically see her, but I'm just saying, that's not going to be true, because we all come from different stuff, So, let's see. Oh, Sylvester Stallone instead of Burt Reynolds. See, I never saw the movie. I just knew who was in it, I guess. Well, yeah, they do have a different view of women than, I agree with you on that point. Which I think it's ironic that they give. So, women have no rights, you're right. And then they give a robot citizenship. Weird. There's something to that. I think it has to do with Bitcoin personally. I don't think they ever would have given her citizenship. I think it has to do something with Bitcoin. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Well, guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let the chat go a little bit longer, but I need to get off just so because since I didn't sleep all last night, and I know that's not your guys' fault, it's mine, but I need to sleep like a couple hours before I go to church and everything. But, I hope you have a great day and a great, let's see, wait. Oh, it says Satan hates women because they, well, that's could be a point. Truth and light, divine beings don't do it. I'm sorry, I can't even hardly read it because I don't have my glasses. Like I don't know where they are. But anyway, everybody have a great day. I love you. Thank you for showing up. Happy Mother's Day if you celebrated this today. And have a great day. Love you. Love each other. And God bless. I will leave the chat open for a few minutes. I'm going to turn the microphone off. Bye-bye.